Hi everybody, welcome back. I've got a project pan update video today, so it's a check-in to see how the progress is going with the makeup that's in my project pan, and I have two empties to talk through today, which is very exciting. So I'm just going to get straight into it and tell you the updates. So I finished off the NARS Sheer Glow foundation in my previous project pan update video, which I'm really happy about. That was a long time coming, and the foundation that I'm now using as my all-over face foundation is actually a skin tint. It's the Sculpted by Amy Hydra Tint SPF 20 30ml in the shade 2, a really good shade match for me. So if you have very similar complexion to me, shade number 2 is a really good option. And this is lovely. This is so much nicer to use than the Sheer Glow foundation. Not that that was a bad foundation, but it's just my preferences are to wear a skin tint. And this is just lighter weight. It's radiant, still provides some coverage, which is nice. It evens out my complexion, but it just doesn't feel anywhere as heavy as the foundation did. So I'm really enjoying using this. I used it 20 times since the previous check-in video. There still feels like there's a decent amount left in here. This, I'm gonna guess, maybe I've got about 3 months left of this. I'm not really too sure. There's no way for me to look into this and see how much is left. I'm just going based off how much I can hear when I shake it. So I think a good few months. I think this goes out of date this month, but it doesn't matter. I'll just keep using it until I finished it off. But yeah, really enjoying using this. I also used the Merit Minimalistic 20 times as well. This is in the shade Linen. This I only use under my eyes as my under eye concealer, so I'm probably not getting through this quick at all. I think I did twist this up in my last video to see how much is in there, and I think there's a decent amount of this left. Once I've used up the Hydra Tint by Sculpted by Amy, this will be my all over face foundation, but for now it's just an under eye concealer, so the progress will be slow. Moving on to my first empty, this is the NYX Corrector Stick in the shade Yellow. In my previous update video, I did say that one time when I went to use it, some of it snapped off. And when I use it, I don't twist it up all the way. I only twist as much as I need. So I'm not, making the product be weak through, using too much pressure. Hopefully that makes sense. But when I used it after that, the rest of it broke off and fell on the floor. So I think that goes to show just how dry this product is, and I really don't like this product. This is dry. It's not a particularly hydrating option for your under eye area. Clings to any texture, really stubborn to blend out, and then it's really noticeable that you've got product there. And also, it's not a great colour for dark circles. You can get a peach and a pink, I think, so those would probably be better options. But the yellow was suggested for dark circles, and I could only get the yellow. So that's why I bought it. It was about £5, so I was hoping that this could be a nice, cheap, reliable under eye corrector, but I didn't like it. Definitely would not be purchased, would not recommend. I've since bought the Bobbi Brown corrector pot, and that is so much better than this. So there was a little bit of me that was like, oh, I'd rather use this up by using it up rather than it breaking, but I don't mind, because it means that I can just go on to use a product that I much prefer using than this. Oh, and I used it 12 times and it broke and was an empty on the 22nd of April. Next is the Lisa Eldridge Pinpoint Concealer. I used it 15 times since the past update. I will not twist it up to show you how much is left, because I did actually break some of this when I did that in a recent video. So we're just going to have to leave it like this. But there was more in this than I thought there was when I did that last. So although you don't get much product in here, I think this can take a little bit longer to use up than you might initially think. And touch wood, I have pretty good skin at the moment. I don't really have much in terms of breakouts going on, so I haven't really needed to use too much of this, which is nice. There is probably a 2 to 3 months left in this, depending on how good my skin is, how clear my skin is, because I only use this for like blemishes. The Merit Stick is my under eye concealer, not this, because otherwise I would use so much of this. So yeah, another 2 to 3 months I would say. So So next product is the second empty of the month. This is the Merit Bronze Balm. This I had in the shade Quince, and I got down to like a really flat level of this, so I did scrape out the rest, and there was quite a bit that you could scrape out of this. And then I put it into one of these little travel tubs. I used one of these and then used either like a dense eyeshadow brush or a concealer brush to pick some up and then like draw the bronzer on my face. But I've now used all of that up, so I have used up every last drop of this bronzer, and this is lovely. This is, because it's a cream, it's really hydrating, it's really user friendly or beginner friendly, so if you're a little bit scared of bronzer, this is a really nice option. It's nice and sheer, so you can really have control over how bronzed you look. Nice and hydrating, nice and plump. It's a nice dewy bronzer, and the shade is lovely. I've got mine in the shade Quince, and it's a nice light bronze for my skin tone. Not muddy, not orange, not dull, a really nice shade. So I really like this bronze balm. I think this is arguably, this and the primer, my favourite product from Merit. There are a couple of duds from Merit. So the Flush Balm, for me, I'm not that keen on, but this is lovely. This I would repurchase. And it took me 20 uses this month to finish it all off. Speaking of the dud, this is the Merit Flush Balm. This is in the shade Terracotta, which is a lovely shade because it's a really nice warm orangey brown, so it's kind of like a blush and bronze in one. But this does not last on my face. This fades off so incredibly quickly. So it feels like it's a little bit of a waste of money, because honestly, so quickly after putting this on, I'm like, where has my blusher gone? It's like my face is just sinking this up, even though my skin doesn't feel dry or dehydrated. I just don't think it has lasting power at all. But it's a lovely shade, and when you do initially put it on and blend it out, it looks lovely. It's a really nice hydrating, luminous blusher, so it is lovely, but I just wish that that lasted. It's also really easy to use. You can either just swipe it on your face like I tend to, you can pick some up with your fingers, or you can use a brush. So again, like with the bronzer, this is a really nice user-friendly product, but it just doesn't have the lasting power for me, so that is a shame. And I used it 20 times since the last update. 20 is a theme with this video because I also use these two products 20 times as well. Firstly is the Dim Light powder from the Hourglass Leopard face palette. This is really flat now. About half of this is actually the honeycomb now. I think I could use this up in the next month. Not a lot left in here at all. Bit of a what's the point product for me. Doesn't work as a finishing powder, doesn't work as a blush topper, doesn't work as a highlighter. It's a little bit pointless in my routine, but I know some people love them. Then this is the bronzer. So this is now the only bronzer that's left in my collection. Once I use this up, I will then be able to go for a while without using a bronzer and see if that works better for me as a true spring. But this is a lovely bronzer. Nice light colour, like with the Merit Bronze. It's not muddy or orange or dark or dull. Really lovely colour. Works really nicely on my eyes as well. It's got a little bit of iridescence in there. That one has got a little bit longer left in it, another couple of months I would say. The RMS highlighter in the Living Luminizer is next. This is still a pretty full product. My cat has entered the room. I needed to move my camera to let him in because the leg was in the way of the door, so hopefully we're not looking too different. He looks really scatty. Anyway, this is the RMS Living Luminizer highlighter. It's a really lovely cream radiant highlighter, so it doesn't provide any glitter. It's not like a glittery shimmery highlighter. It's just a really nice dewy luminescent effect. Nice that you can just use your fingers. It's not really that hygienic, but who else is going to use it? You can just use your fingers, just pat some on. Really beautiful product. It's not in my project pan because I want to get it used up. It's in my project pan because I have forgotten to reach for it. So that's why it's in the project pan, and I used it 20 times since the past update. This is Lenny. He's a bit scatty. Let's move on to eyes next, and this is where my usage has dropped slightly, especially so for this product. This is the Mini Giorgio Armani Eye Tint in the shade Rose Gold. I only used it 5 times. It just really depends. and what I'm wearing, and then the makeup will hopefully match with what I'm wearing. So for example, for today I've gone for a brighter pink lip, and I felt like putting this on my eyes would just be too much and it would look a little bit weird. So instead I put on my RMS highlights instead. So I'm either wearing the RMS highlights or this. So I am still wearing something on my eyes, but like I say, it just purely depends on what I'm wearing, and I don't really want it to clash. But there isn't much left in this. Whenever I use it now, the brush, the wand, feels quite deplete of product, so I think I will start to scrape this soon and pick up whatever I can. And then my Victoria Beckham eyeliner, still not much left of this. I've used it 10 times, but I have been using this just like in my waterline or tight lining, so I haven't gotten through too much. Again, depending on what I'm wearing, I will try to wear this all over my lid and blend out, and then put some of the Hourglass bronzer on over the top. It does darken up my eyes quite a bit by doing that, but I don't need an eyeliner anymore. That's a product in my collection that I don't think that I would repurchase, so I do really want to get this used up. And I used it 10 times since the last update. And then last product, actually, I do have 3 of these House of Colour lipsticks, and I've been alternating between them, again depending on what I'm wearing, because there is a warm brown, a pink and a bright red in here, and I will wear one of these with the Merit Flush Balm. So because there are basically 4 cream blushes in my project pan at the moment, my usage between these especially has been really slow going, but there's not a lot of soft amber left. This is how much is left, and in my previous update video Laura commented and said I would focus on this one and get it used up, and that's really good advice, and that's what I have been doing. So actually, since the previous update, I haven't used these 2 at all, so I won't put any progress pictures up of those 2 because they will just look exactly the same. But the soft amber one from House of Colour, I've been wearing this with the Merit Flush Balm at the same time every time I've worn makeup. They're very similar colours. This is just possibly a little bit deeper. This one I have also worn 20 times since the past update. There's not a lot left. 2 months maximum, I would say. I would love to use this up by the next update, but I think it will creep into another month's worth. But it would be good to get this one used up, and then I can feel that kind of bit of relief and also accomplishment that I've used up a lipstick, and I can then work on the other 2. Also with this one, I'm not going to scrape out what's underneath. Once this is level, I'm going to call it quits. So that's my update for this month for my project pan items. Hopefully the Hourglass dim light powder will be finished by the next update. It would be lovely if that lipstick could also be finished up, but I don't think that's going to quite be enough time. So that will probably be it in terms of empties for next month, but everything is kind of ticking along quite nicely, so pleased with the progress and how things are going for my project pan. So if you're also doing a project pan, let me know how it's going for you. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.